Hello, this is Latasha Autistic, and today we're going to explore the most wondrous and powerful experience of them all, love. Love is an unstoppable force of nature that allows us the ability to cast away darkness and doubt when pure enough, and it also allows us the ability to connect to our loved ones in a ring of safety that allows them to be protected and healed. And when you have love in your life, it becomes such that nothing is impossible and new doorways of opportunity open to you. Unconditional love is especially something that can move mountains. Whether it's romantic or platonic love, both have an equal role to play in our journeys. Love comes in many forms, and today I'd like to discuss an often misunderstood type of love, autistic love. I'd like the opportunity to deepen your understanding of your loved ones and those different from you. As a highly sensitive autistic, I've experienced a range of intense emotions that are not easily recognized by most. And I'd like to shine a light on what that is and how its beauty and power resides in all of us. Despite the common misconceptions, autistic love can be incredibly profound and transformative. So let's explore what makes it so special, how it contrasts with popular beliefs, and why we must broaden our understanding of love in all of its forms. Join me as we delve into the world of autistic love and discover its true essence. It may surprise you how it deviates from the plain narrative you've heard, and how it can transform your life with its radical sincerity. Autistic love for me can be explosive in many ways. Like, for example, I used to feel very jittery energy from my special interest, writing. When I would share it with others, it would make me feel very nervous, and it would want to come shooting out of my arms and face, and a love that was so explosive, yet it left me so breathless every single time. It would be to the point where I would open the whites of my eyes as wide as I could in a big smile that would take up the entirety of my face. And it was so lovely that it would create this sensation of bliss, this great release that was multi-layered in nature. The love is strong in my case and manifests as loyalty to the ones that I love. Extreme loyalty that can be mistaken as obsession, but it is not indeed obsession, but it is in fact something that spans regular social boundaries in a way that makes others uncomfortable. It is something that all of us does not quite understand, and that can be scary for some people. Nevertheless, it is something that autistics feel very pressured to hide when they find out that it is not reciprocated and can indeed be misunderstood by the ones that they love. They feel called and compelled to hide these aspects of themselves because it cannot be deemed as acceptable to those around them. For example, it was hard for me to reconcile that people can just choose to walk the other way and abandon you when you love them so much. In fact, platonic love had such a hold over me, and that itself proves its irreplaceable importance. Nevertheless, I've gotten over it now, even though it was hard for me at the beginning, because I knew that everyone around me was different from me in that way. But I did find love again, and now it's time to go into romantic love and what that means for an autistic like me. Romantic love is something that is powerful because it's exclusive to the one that you hold dear, but it serves the same purpose effectively. It is something that I came to value. It is through this connection that I came to value my true heart and the warmth that it emitted, the powerful force that it was. I wanted to give it away to the one that I loved so much because it's like giving them power directly from your own heart. It's something that is truly special and worthwhile. Pouring my love, reminiscent of milk and honey, into the relationship created this gentle and compassionate energy, this compassionate air that strengthened the bond that we had and allowed it to flourish. I learned that my love was gentle and nourishing, an expansive gift that I was meant to always share with someone in the sacred space where my vulnerabilities were valued and not ridiculed. And it was a way for me to elevate myself and others. While platonic love is strong in its own right, romantic love is like a light beam shining directly from your chest straight to the person that you love. When you love someone exclusively, you devote all your time and energy towards them and create a warm space that gives way to a place where you can share your deepest, most innermost feelings with that person. Even so, there's this other space within platonic energy that can be valuable as well. It's like a light blanket, a soft sheen of light that covers everything, and it can be shared with friends, multiple people, for a more general, fulfilling experience. But it is less intense than romantic love, even though it is fulfilling in its own right. There are special movements that go into the feelings of love too, like a light sway of the fingers in the air, catching the gust to heighten the feeling, like hand flapping, and feeling like you're on cloud 9 when you catch the wind, the little shifts in the wind in between your fingers. Of course, this is a sacred love language that I am in tune with personally, all on my own. And it makes me sad to think that people don't understand, that they would laugh and think it awkward and imperfect, when it is our deepest soul connection, our deepest soul expression with the larger cosmos. And that is why I'm making this video today, so that I can teach people that we have a greater expression, us autistics, with the larger cosmos, and all of the experiences that we have are deeper than people first realize. Dancing on the edge of our sensations like this is aligning with the greater cosmos and transcending into a realm where we can receive a greater language than ourselves, than our current minds can comprehend. This is all to say that you should incorporate geometric patterns and vocalizations, these things that are so elusive sometimes to neurotypicals that they have to practice for years in order to master it. But us autistics can tap into it like it's nothing, because we have a secret inbuilt knowledge of these things from the very time that we are born. And it is important for us to tap into this and to incorporate it into our self-regulation and self-expression, so as to nourish our true selves and to connect with that larger cosmos. Love is the most important thing here. It's an important conduit to tap into all of this ancient knowledge that was residing inside of us. And love in all of its facets is growth. And growth is something that helps us advance throughout our lives. And that love can be utilized, like I said, in all these ways, but it can also be utilized in this way that I call new empathy, which is when two unique love feelings are formed, but in between, you go in between them. When you visualize in between them, a new feeling can be born from inside of these two distinct love feelings. And the connection there can help you to empathize more with those that you love and understand them in a whole new light that you had never thought of before. This also relates to another phenomenon that I've discovered, which is how you feel other people's emotions like tangible objects in the air. This is what I call new osmosis, or not new osmosis, excuse me. Instead of new empathy, this is called autistic osmosis. Autistic osmosis, like the osmosis name suggests, is like substances passing through a membrane, except you're absorbing the emotions of the other person. It can be like tapping into their secret feelings and knowing them as you filter them through your own, but always be sure to keep them separate. That's also important for balance. When they are balanced together, new empathy and autistic osmosis create a truly remarkable experience that I hope everyone gets to tap into one day. I mean, of course, it takes practice and it takes determination, but as long as you are open to noticing new emergence in between these love feelings that you have, these very deep love feelings that can always create something new within their recesses, and as long as you try to focus on other people's emotions and their auras and what's happening on the outside of their energy fields, then you can truly be able to tap into it and begin to do it with practice. When you love so intensely, life can be difficult as you face the great intensity that life inevitably brings. But as we tap into our more sensitive sides, we can ultimately realize that it is our job to maintain these connections to our outer selves and to be open to the abundance of love that resides within the universe, to keep our true hearts open so that we can truly experience the unstoppable nature of this truly amazing force called love. And I wanted to close out this video with a message that does not really relate to loving other people, but loving ourselves. And I thought it belonged here at the end rather than anywhere else. Autism is not your fault. It is a condition. When we withdraw from other people to reset our batteries, that can sometimes trigger our friends and make them believe that we should always be operating at 100% battery, to be perfect, to be everything like them, when in fact it is not your fault. You are not wrong for wanting to withdraw and reside in solitude for a little while. Those are unrealistic expectations, and you are not responsible for everything wrong, every relationship that's ever been ruined in your life. You know, this is something that autistics truly have to grapple with, and it's a shame that we blame ourselves when it's something that is a different operating system. It is something that we truly all need to come together and understand, that our operating system is not something to be ashamed of. It's not something that is our fault. It is sometimes in this world, neurotypical standards are unrealistic, and we all need to remember that. That's all for today, YouTube family. Have a wonderful day full of love. Goodbye.